All right, now let's talk about adding and subtracting rational functions. So in order to do that, you need to first make sure you have the common denominator. So in this case, that's going to be 6x squared. So to make the first one 6x squared, you would multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 2 over 2, or 2. So that would be 10 over 6x squared. And then for this, x over 2, to make the denominator equal to 6x squared, I would need to multiply the whole thing by 3x squared on the top and 3x squared on the bottom, because then if you do that multiplication, you would get 6x squared. So then you would get 3x to the 3 all over 6x squared, which you can then just add and have that become 3x to the 3 plus 10 all over 6x squared. I encourage you to try the next one. So in this one, the common denominator here would be 30x squared y. So let me just write that here, 30x squared y. So in order to make the first one 30x squared y, like the denominator, I'm going to multiply both the numerator and denominator by 5x and 5x. So that's going to make it 5x over 30x squared y minus, so this one, I'm just going to distribute the minus into the top part and have it be minus 2. And then to make that equal to 30x squared y, I would need to multiply this by 2y on the top and the bottom to make it minus 4y over 30x squared y. So now I can just do the subtraction and just combine it because the denominators are the same, and I will get 30x squared y on the bottom, and then 5x minus 4. Nice. Now let's try doing this one. I'll give you a second to give it a go. But same as before, the common denominator here is going to be 18a squared b squared. So in order to make the numerator that, I would multiply both the top and bottom by 9b for the first one, and then for the second one, I would need to multiply this by 2a and 2a. So now be very careful here to FOIL this into both of them. So I would get 18ab plus 9b all over 18a squared b squared minus, so I'm going to distribute the minus into each one and then multiply it by 2a, so that's going to be like minus 2, so this has become a plus because I've already dealt with the negative, 2ab plus 6a all over 18a squared b squared. And then now, since the denominators are the same, I can just combine that to be anything that is the same power can be combined. And in this case, it would just be AB, and I'm going to write it in terms of A's. So the 6A first plus 16AB plus 9b all over 18a squared b squared. And that's our answer. Okay, I'll give you a second to try this one with 3. So if you're ever asked, by the way, to state what values we cannot have for a, it would just be the values that would make the whole thing equal to 0. So in this case, a cannot equal 0, right? So yeah, the common denominator in this case would be 6a3. So in order to make that happen, I would need to multiply the first one by 2 over 2. So it would be 8 over 6a3 plus a squared for the second one, because that's already 6a to the 2, but we need a 6a to the 3, so we can add, minus for 5 over 2a, that would need to be multiplied by 3a squared. So it would become 15a squared over 6a to the 3, and then I can combine it. So it would be, everything is now going to be over the same denominator, so it would be like 8 plus a squared minus 15a squared all over 6a to the 3. And from there, you can, I think that's all you can really do here. Well, actually no, because it's a squared and then a squared. So for that, we can make this into 8, or let's just put the thing at the front. So it'd be minus 14a squared plus 8 all over 6a to the 3. And then since that's even, I'm just going to bring it up here. We can factor out a2 from both the numerator and the denominator. So we'd have minus 7a squared plus 4 all over, take out a 2, and it would be 3a to the 3. So that would leave us with minus 7a squared plus 4 all over 3a to the 3. Nice. Now let's do a couple where we actually have to solve for what like x would be in this case. So I'll give you a second to try it. These ones, a little bit easier because you don't have to find a common denominator. You can just basically multiply the whole thing. Technically you do, because the common denominator would be 4x, and that's what you're going to multiply into each and every term to get rid of the numbers on the bottom. So if you do 5 times 4x, you will get 20x over 2x, plus if you do 3 times 4x, you will get 12x over 4 equals 36x over 4x. So now that you've done that, we can simplify everything. So this can just be 10x, this can just be 3, this can just be 9. So let me just write that cleanly. So this will just be 10 plus 3x equals to 9, because the x's have also canceled. And then I can just say that, okay, 3x, if I do minus 10 and minus 10, is equal to 9 minus 10, which is just negative 1. So then if I divide now both sides by 3, I will get x is equal to negative 1 over 3. And you can plug that back in to double check to make sure you did it correctly. Good. Try this one. Same idea, a little bit more complex. In this case, x cannot equal minus 2 or positive 2. So we can say that x cannot equal minus 2, comma 2. And then as far as the common denominator, I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller so I have a bit more space. But yeah, I'm going to multiply everything by the common denominator, which in this case would be x minus 2, x plus 2, but I'm not going to FOIL it right away. So if I do that on the top, I will have 2 x minus 2, x plus 2, all over x plus 2, so that can cancel, minus, plus 2, and then here I would get minus x squared plus 4, x minus 2, x plus 2. So then this is canceled, and then that's going to be minus x times x plus 2, x minus 2, all over x minus 2, so the x minus 2's can cancel. And now I'm just going to clean this up. So it will just be 2 x minus 2 minus, remember the negative will go into both, so it would be minus x squared minus 4, and equals just the negative x plus 2. So then just clean it up, 2x minus 4 minus x squared minus 4 is equal to minus x squared minus 2x. So then I'm just going to combine any of the like terms that we have. So the x squareds can cancel, because if you have minus x squared and you move it the other one over, they would be summed to 0. And then the minus 2x, if I move that over, and the minus 4, and the minus 4, that can be minus 8. And I'm going to say that that's equal to, I'm going to move this over to be minus 4x, so this and this. So then we would say that x is just equal to 2. And you can plug that in and double check. So I hope that is helpful. And just one more thing. Remember how we said x cannot equal minus 2 or 2? But that's our only solution. So this would actually be an extraneous root. So always make sure whatever you find is in the domain. But yeah, I hope that is helpful. And yeah, best way to get better at math is through practice. So keep practicing.